All the boss girls.
Hey guys, it's Stokes.
Hey, we're BLACKPINK.
And we're in your area. Welcome to Atlanta. We're at the BLACKPINK show. So, I'm so excited. We have BLACKPINK here today. And before we get started, one of the things I love is gift giving. So, Rose, for you, I got you this because I know you're on the road. You might miss your sister. So, I got you a sister charm.
What?
Lisa.
I didn't know I have a sister.
You speak so many languages, and I know you have an adventurous heart, so I got you a passport charm.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
I love charms.
Jenny, you love music so much, and music also loves you, so I got you a music charm.
Oh my wow.
Okay.
Oh, it's so hard.
All right.
So cute.
And Jisoo.
Yes.
The way you speak English is so amazing. It makes me think of two birds singing together. It's so beautiful. So I got you harmony charm. Okay.
This is cool.
Yeah. So thank you guys so much for coming to the United States. I have 7 friends who got me into Asian music. So I have to shout out to my friends in BTS who invited me to Japan, and that trip changed my life. And while I was over there, I learned about BLACKPINK. And Boombayah became my theme song. So thank you for that. In this episode on Stokes and Friends, we're talking about female empowerment. And when I watched your set at Coachella the other day, I know I watched online. I'm in Nashville, but I watched from Nashville. But it was so amazing, and I just thought, I know that you guys have prepared so long for this, but it's such a great moment. It's such a great moment for young women everywhere because you guys are really changing the game. What did you feel like when you looked out over the Coachella crowd, and what did that mean to you?
Well, it made me very emotional, but I had to perform, so I kind of had to keep it inside. But we came here not knowing what's gonna happen, and we went up there not knowing how many people, or even if a single person would, enjoy our song or appreciate our song, and just going up there saying, what's up, Coachella, and everybody's like, yeah! That just makes me feel like this is why I do what I do, and this is why we should keep motivating ourselves to do better and go further from where we are and meet more people and perform, as many places as we can. Yeah.
So that's Jenny. Jenny, Lisa, Rose, and Jisoo make up the amazingly popular and talented girl group BLACKPINK. And you really can't underestimate the power of that Coachella performance. It was such a rare occurrence, a K-pop group on Coachella stage, and they absolutely owned it. They crushed it, and their fandom was watching all around the world, and that's another big part of this, is their global fan base is incredible. And as far as being active on social media, it's really hard to find another group that has the metrics that BLACKPINK does. And they just happen to be fantastic people. And I hope you can learn that throughout this podcast.
Hey, my name's Arian, and I'm Blank from the Philippines.
Have there been any times, Arian, in your life where you've garnered strength from BLACKPINK songs or lyrics?
Yes.
And can you share an example of that?
So in junior year, it was my first time hearing about them, and so I was always lonely in school, and so I always listen to it when I walk to school, and it just keeps me up and not be scared to do anything.
And part of that inspiration that the fans feel comes from the members themselves actually pushing themselves to go outside of their comfort zone. And Jisoo's such a great example of that. And this is why I brought it up in the gift giving section, because the other girls had a background in speaking English. And for Jisoo, this is kind of new to her. And I was reading articles online about how Jisoo is sometimes nervous to speak English. I think that the fact that she does it anyway and she kind of goes for it is such a great way to inspire other people. Part of it is just taking on the challenge and just seeing what you're made of, and you grow. That's part of human growth. And another thing that Jisoo does is acting in Korea. And during an interview with my friend Zach Sang, she talked about that. Jisoo just has this kind of gentle grace about her that's really sweet. Here is Jisoo on the Zach Sang show talking about acting and how it relates to BLACKPINK.
근데 지금은 일단 블랙핑크로 하는 게 너무 재밌어서 미국에서 이렇게 많이 관심 가져주시고 하는 것도 재밌고 해서 뭔가 이번 투어에 일단 더 집중되고 있는 것 같아요.
So she says, but for now, working as a member of BLACKPINK is she's really happy doing that for now. So I think she's more focused on BLACKPINK's work.
Can you tell us a little bit about the reaction, especially with Lisa being from Thailand? What's the reaction to BLACKPINK in Thailand?
Oh, people love BLACKPINK and especially they love Lisa.
Yeah.
Because she's very talented and she follow her dream and end up she's really successful.
Yeah.
Right, true. And then it's all age. It's not just a teenager. Lisa is one of the famous superstar or singer for Thai people for all age, for all gender, not just girls.
Lisa, was there a time in your life where you hit up against an obstacle, and what helped you get through that?
Yeah, when I came to Korea, it's kind of hard for me to fit in and everything. But I think it's because of my member and my family too. Yeah. They're this super supportive, and my member, they know that I have a hard time. They always come to me and ask what's up? Do you want to go hang out or go grab some food, nice food to eat? And then it's just it's good to have someone to lean on to I think you should talk to them a lot, not just keep it to yourself. Yeah, I think that's the best part.
And I think that's a major part of BLACKPINK is the members look out for each other, and there is a deep sense of connection there between each of them, of appreciation, of admiration, and that plays itself out in how their supporters interact with each other. And what you found outside the arena in Atlanta was this great community. And the next fans that I interviewed, actually, some were from Atlanta, some were from Alabama, and they were just hanging out, having a great time.
Hey, we're with Stokes and Friends at BLACKPINK's Atlanta show.
I'm Azari, and I'm from Birmingham, and I run track.
You run track?
Yeah, I run track.
Okay.
So if I get really tired, I start thinking of BLACKPINK, do, and I will start playing in my head, and I'll pick up my pace and really push me forward.
So what's your event?
I run almost everything, and I do jumps.
Really? Yeah. Do you do any? I used to run the 800. Have you ever run the 800? Isn't that the most brute? That's your specialty?
That's my specialty.
Oh my God. Their music is great for athletics, isn't it?
It is.
And it gives you that strength.
Really
okay, so what are your top 3 songs to run to?
Do. You like Whistle? Whistle. Oh, Whistle. Yes. Whistle. That's my song. I really like that one. And then Boombayah. Yeah, Boombayah. That's the one. That's
And you've driven all the way up here from Alabama,
yes.
right? How many hours is that?
Tuscaloosa, because I just moved out of my dorm, so I'm about 3.5 hours out.
Yeah.
But totally worth it.
I mean, it's just unbelievable how far people will travel for a BLACKPINK show. Katie and Taylor, can you guys tell us about what BLACKPINK music means to you? Taylor.
It's very uplifting. It's incredibly uplifting, and it's something that's a little happier. Even the things that are like, okay, well, this is a little bit sad, but there's still a positive message. There's still something to look forward to. Yeah. It's nice to have that.
I mean, I think that's one of the things that really draws people to this is like there's real joy in that. And there's also, I think, a lot of confidence.
There's so much.
A lot of swagger in it, you know? And so what do you get out of Blackpink music?
For me, it really gets the creative juices going. I'm a graphic designer for Georgia Aquarium. When I'm working, I do some of the graphics for Dragon Con Night at Aquarium and MomoCon and those types of things. And so when I'm trying to get into that mindset and get into that zone, Blackpink and just other K-pop in general really helps me get there and get the graphics done.
Since you work with aquarium animals, all right, what spirit animal of the water would each of the members be?
Okay,
Jisoo.
Maybe like the dolphin. I think. Yeah, maybe dolphin.
All right, Rose.
I think. Okay, so there's this blue discus fish, and it's just beautiful. The colors in it are gorgeous. It's like very iridescent, and so I think since she's so pretty, that's probably
blue discus.
Jenny, I think, would probably be, it's going to sound weird maybe, but we have a giant Pacific octopus who is just like the most gorgeous creature, and she kind of hides a little bit, but every now and then she comes out and everybody just gathers around to look at her because you don't see her very often. And so it's always really amazing to see the Pacific octopus.
Awesome. And then Lisa.
The Asian small-clawed otter. Yes. I already had that one like ready to go. When you said it, I was like, otter, Lisa.
What's it? But what kind of otter was that?
Asian small-clawed otters. We call them Ascos.
So you can hear the real joy that Blackpink music brings to people. And the other aspect of Blackpink, which I think is crucially important and was so important to me personally, and I'll talk more about this after what Rosé says, is their ability to inspire people to do truly great things. And one of the action items of this podcast, which is called The World Blinks, is for all of you out there, if you're inspired by Blackpink, I'd love to hear what they have inspired you to do. Just post it and hashtag it with The World Blinks. Because what Rosé said here actually inspired a pretty big moment for me personally. So here it is. I just wanted to ask you if you could provide some words of encouragement, but also if there was a time in your life where you felt like you had come up against an obstacle and what got you through it?
So I'm so normal. I'm such a normal person, as real as it gets. So I feel like everybody out there who feels like you're not worth it and cannot get through whatever is coming against your dreams, I feel like believing in what you love to do and not forgetting to enjoy yourself is always the best part. Because I feel like any obstacle is breakable. So, yeah, we've got your back.
So, first of all, I think everybody needs to hear that, but I certainly needed to hear that at that time. Any obstacle is breakable. And honestly, I thought about that quote from her again and again and again as I was on the flight back from LA to Nashville. And the reason is this: I had been given an opportunity to speak in front of the Senate Judiciary Committee in Nashville, Tennessee, to advocate against a discriminatory law that was violating the equal rights of same-sex couples who wanted to adopt a child. And this bill had already overwhelmingly passed through the House chamber and was heading to the Senate to get passed, and everybody thought it was going to pass. And I had kind of given up hope of fighting against this because it just seemed insurmountable. And then I heard Rosé say those words, and it just really inspired me. And as soon as I landed, I called the Senate Judiciary Committee and told them that I did want to speak in opposition of that bill. And here's what happened.
Give us your name and then your comments.
Thank you, sir.
My name is Stokes Nielsen. Thank you for the opportunity to focus on the real issue this bill addresses, the right of all Tennessee children to have a safe, nurturing environment. There are already too many homeless, displaced, and abandoned children in our state that we know about, and many more that we do not know about. This bill is about denying these children, part of a desperate population, a safe, loving environment in which they can thrive and contribute to the economic future of our state. Why would anyone deny a child this? If you vote to pass this bill and are not willing to personally take one of these children into your own home, how can you look yourself in the mirror to deny them a good home with someone else? This bill denies people with the means, the heart, and the place to give children safety and a future, and a foundation to achieve the American dream. I and many in my fellow country music family urge you to reject this bill. Thank you. And I just want to provide a few thoughts from some of my friends in country music. From Casey Musgraves, she said, "This is an issue of the heart, of humanity, of equality." From Keith Urban, "Love is the common thread across the board. Without it, life is just one long sound check." From Brandon Carlisle, "Families come in all shapes and sizes, colors, genders, and configurations. Everybody has a spiritual right to not be alone." I promised Miss Carlisle I would stand up for her. Promises made, promises kept. Well, against all odds, after that speech, the Senate decided that they were not going to vote for that bill. So as it stands right now, you actually can't discriminate against same-sex couples in the areas of adoption in Tennessee. And I'm so proud of that moment. And honestly, I wouldn't have gotten to that moment without hearing those words from Rosé. So I just want to say, if there's something in your life that you find is insurmountable, believe in those words.
I feel like anything, any obstacle is breakable.
And take on the challenge. And before we go and close this podcast on BLACKPINK, I just want to share a few comments that I had with my friends from BTS at this year's Billboard Music Awards, because it has to do with speaking up, standing up for yourself. And I think one of the great things about K-pop is that within this music is great inspiration. Here are the 7 guys from BTS talking about the importance of speaking yourself and speaking up for yourself. And after that, I just want to wrap up this episode.
So, firstly, I just want to say thank you so much for asking this precious question. And you're the first one who ever asked us why you guys do this speak yourself thing.
I was there at the UN when you spoke.
I know. So we got history, and thanks for that so much. I appreciate it. And every development and every step needs and takes bravery. And I just want to say that even somebody speaks something and gets his voice out of him or her, and we say, I can't do this, or my name is RM and I'm from Korea, I say it and it just comes to me again. And I think that's really a very important way of self-respect. So that's why I'm saying this speak yourself thing.
This is Suga.
요즘 시대는 개개인의 생각과 개개인의 사상, 개개인의
Nowadays, the present age is an age in which individuals' thoughts, individuals' ideas, individuals' tastes, and individual values are of great importance. As a person living in the present, I think there's nothing more important than expressing myself well. This is from Jin.
저는 뭐 지금 저 하고 싶은 대로 살고 있기 때문에 굉장히 행복하다고 얘기를.
I want to tell you that I'm very happy because I live for what I want now. When other people use their voice, they can do what they want to do. I think they will be a little bit closer to happiness. And here's Jungkook.
그리고 저도 어릴 때는 되게
When I was a kid, I was not that confident, and it was hard for me to articulate my thoughts. But after I met my BTS members, I started talking to them about what was on my mind. And when I did that, I got confidence. And now I'm very different than I was before. And I think it's necessary to speak yourself because it becomes like a habit. and you can begin to feel differently about yourself.
많이 느낄 수 있을 거예요.
From J-Hope.
저는 단순하게 여러분들의 그런 목소리를
My answer is simple. I want to hear everyone's voice. What do you think? What is on your mind? Speak yourself. And here's V.
네, 저도 예전에는 저도 이제 자신감이 없어서 이제 제 목소리를 높이
In the past, I didn't use my voice because I was not confident. And I wasn't making my own voice heard because I was just following someone else's opinion. It's important to know that you won't know what to say if you're just constantly following someone else's opinion. And lastly, I want to thank my friend G-Man.
저는 저 같은 경우는 그냥 다른 무엇도 아니고 그냥 자기 자신을 위해서 그렇게 목소리를 내야 된다고 생각해요.
Find out more about yourself. Speak about you. If you are able to articulate the things that are important to you, you can discover more about yourself.
생각을 해서 저는 꼭 필요하지 않나라는 생각을 하고 있습니다.
So I hope you've enjoyed the whole season of K-pop with this, and I hope that you've enjoyed this particular episode on BLACKPINK and how awesome they are. For season 2, you never know what's going to happen. If you're interested in more BLACKPINK, let me know. But I want to leave you with these thoughts. So I wanted to call this episode The World Blinks, not only as a recognition of the amazing global movement that is going on because of these 4 amazing young women, but to me, there's a double meaning. Just when you think the world doesn't notice you, that can be the moment that you change it. When the world blinks is when you make your move. My name is Stokes Nielsen. You are my friends, and this is our podcast.
I didn't think so many of you guys would be here in Ghana today. It's so proud to see like every one of you guys know our music, and to just see you guys' face, it just makes me really happy. I know it's coming to an end for North American tour, but every day has been so special and so memorable.